What is going on, guys? It's the Inside the Blue podcast, and today we have a Giants podcast. Free agency is underway, and we are in for something. Saquon Barkley and Xavier McKinney are no longer New York Giants. I'm in shock, quite honestly. I thought we would get McKinney back, and I knew that Saquon Barkley was going to leave the Giants. I knew that. I accepted it. I knew he was going to leave the New York Giants, but I didn't know this guy was going to go to Philadelphia. Philadelphia. You're a New York Giant. 6 years as a New York football Giant, playing the running back position, and you choose Philadelphia? I understand how good of a franchise and football team the Philadelphia Eagles are. But you're in the NFC East along with them. You're in the NFC East along with the Philadelphia Eagles. Rivals. Hate each other. And you join them? What the hell is the matter with you? I'm in disbelief. When I saw the news, I thought it wasn't real at first. But Saquon Barkley, to do this to Giants fans and the Giants organization, it's a really bad look for Saquon. It's a bad look. And yeah, I know you got your bag now. I know you got your money now. The Giants gave you $14 million a year last season. Last season they gave him a deal of $14 million a year. Why didn't you accept that one? Why didn't you accept that one? What made Philly so much better? Was it really because they have a better roster and a more talented team? Was that really it? And this year you go 6-11, have a bad year. Daniel Jones goes down, injuries climb up, and all of that. Was that really the difference maker? I thought you were so loyal to New York. I thought you loved playing at MetLife. I thought you wanted to create your legacy and stay here as a New York Giant. I thought that's what the Saquon Barkley was supposed to be. I thought he was going to stay a New York Giant and not worry about the money. Worry about playing football and not worrying about that. He said that. He doesn't care about the money right now. He wants to play football. Let the agent do the work. But this time, agent gives him a call. Hey, Saquon, the Philadelphia Eagles are giving you a nice deal, 3 years, to play for their team. And Saquon's like, hell yeah! Hell yeah! Why not? Why not? Why not go to the New York Giants and now go to Philadelphia? Why not say, oh yeah, I'm going to New York, I'm staying there. Dable, I'm staying there. Nope. Howie Roseman gives Saquon Barkley's agent a call, and right away, he's gone. Saquon is gone, and he's never returning again. And I will say this. I love Saquon. I loved him. I loved him as a player. You know, he was a guy that I looked up to, really solid player, and now he wasn't in the greatest situation. Dave Gettleman never helped him out with building an offensive line. Joe Shane got there late and only started to try and fix things. And now he goes to the number one run blocking team in the NFL compared to the 32nd run blocking team in the NFL. Now, we're going to stay talking about Saquon Barkley before I get into Xavier McKinney and all the trades and all that. Saquon Barkley. Look yourself in the mirror and tell yourself, am I making the right choice? And now I know a lot of people are going to say, well, of course, he's leaving the New York Giants. I know that. But you have to look back at what he said. You have to look back at what he said about the New York Giants and all the positivity he said about us. I love playing in MetLife. I think Brian Dable's a good coach. I love him. I love our fans. All of this. Nonsense. Thrown out the window. Goodbye. That doesn't mean crap. All that was a lie. Once a Giant, always a Giant is a complete lie. That doesn't go under your name. You're not an Eli Manning that you can say that. Tiki Barber went on the WFAN and went off on him. And he has every right to. Every New York Giants fan deserves to throw some sort of hate towards Saquon Barkley because he deserves it. And listen, if Saquon went to the Chargers, the Texans, the Ravens, if they wanted to go, any other team in the NFC East wouldn't be bad. We wouldn't be talking about this right now. I wouldn't be making a podcast of why I'm so pissed off at Saquon Barkley. I wouldn't be making it. I would maybe make a short clip of, okay, Saquon is gone. We have to accept this. But no, they go to Philadelphia. So the Giants, for the next 3 years, are going to be playing Saquon Barkley twice a year. And that's if he stays healthy, because we do know health is always a concern with Saquon Barkley. I do say, he did play at MetLife Stadium, so it's obviously that's injury town. MetLife is not safe for the NFL. I will say that. I'll admit that as a Giants fan. MetLife stinks. I wish it was a better stadium. I wish the conditions of the field were better. But Saquon Barkley, I can't believe I'm saying it. All I'm doing, right, in the moment. What was it, 2:30, 2:45, they broke the news. I was eating my lunch. I was just eating lunch, having, just eating my food. And I'm just scrolling through Twitter. My buddies are texting me about football, of where some of the other guys were going. And then I get up to throw out my food. I check Twitter, and I get a notification from Adam Schefter. And all it was this. Former Giants running back Saquon Barkley has reached an agreement with the Philadelphia Eagles on a 3-year, $37.75 million contract that could be worth up to $46.75 million. And it includes $26 million fully guaranteed at the signing, per Adam Schefter. Barkley's new average annual salary is $15.8 million a year, which will be the second highest for a running back in NFL history. I'll say this about Saquon Barkley. I love the guy. I thought he was an amazing player for the New York Giants. But to stab the New York Giants in the back like this is an awful look for Saquon. Wouldn't have cared if he was a Texan, a Charger, or a Raven. This is a bad look for Saquon. And as much as this was probably best for him, I don't believe for him choosing the Philadelphia Eagles was the right decision because of the backlash that he's going to get. He can go to Philly, but just remember that you're going to receive a lot of backlash from New York sports media, New York fans. But he did it. He said it. I'm signing with the Philadelphia Eagles, and Giants fans are going to have to accept it. I would think it would be in the back of his head that I'm signing with Philadelphia. What am I doing? I'm signing with an NFC East rival. And now, yes, other players have done this before. Terrell Owens, I believe. Other players have. But it's just weird. It's going to be weird seeing him in a Philadelphia Eagles jersey. Getting to the Xavier McKinney news, he is now a Green Bay Packer. I wish him the best of luck. He's joining a Green Bay team that it looks to be in contention next year, right? This is a good Green Bay team that almost beat the 49ers in the playoffs. They beat the Dallas Cowboys in the playoffs. Jordan Love looked outstanding this year. I think he's their quarterback of the future. Matt LaFleur has established himself as a really good head coach, in my opinion. He doesn't need Aaron Rodgers, clearly. He's got Jordan Love. But McKinney joining that team should be fun to watch. I'm going to definitely support him. He's a good player, man. I love Xavier McKinney. I thought he did a lot of good things. Played 100% of snaps here. Nothing. I don't wish him nothing but the best. 4 years, $68 million. He deserves it, man. He deserves that type of money. The Giants are in a little bit of a cap crunch right now. Couldn't really give him the money that he wanted. They did not do the transition tag either, which was kind of shocking to me. I thought they'd maybe do that, but it is what it is. He's no longer a New York Giant. I think he's going to do great things in Green Bay, and the Giants will have to try to find a new safety for the defense. But getting to the defense as well, we have a trade. Brian Burns from the Carolina Panthers heading to the New York Giants. I love this move. I think Brian Burns is a beast. And he's here. Only had to give up a second and a fifth. Nothing, in my opinion. I think the Giants easily win that trade. You could say I'm biased, whatever, but Brian Burns is a hell of a player. 9 sacks in 2023. He's a really good rusher. And with him and Kayvon and Dexter Lawrence, that's a really solid defensive front, man. I don't know really the future with Azeez Ojulari now. He might be gone. But it's a solid deal. And I'm very proud of the New York Giants of making this deal to make up for not being able to re-sign McKinney. They also re-signed Carter Coughlin. Kind of a minor move. Nothing really special with him, but he's a decent player. In terms of the draft, I still think they could draft a safety if they want. They could still draft defense, so don't rule that out. But some of the other free agent moves that they made, they signed Devin Singletary. I think he's a solid running back, and you get him for a third of the price of what Saquon's making. So hell yeah. I think Saquon is good and all, but that's past. That ship has passed. It's Devin Singletary time. Is he a Saquon Barkley? No, but he's serviceable. He's a solid running back, and that was a good move. The Giants also signed some offensive linemen. Jermaine Alu-Minor, I think from the Raiders. Solid guy. Previous played with the new offensive line coach from the Raiders. Giants also signed John Roonan, another offensive lineman. So I'm going to get into the draft of who we should maybe target more next episode, but I guess my final thoughts for Saquon Barkley is just why. Why do you do this? Why did you have to do this? I had your jersey. I don't know the future with your jersey. I don't know if I'm going to burn it or what I'm going to do with it. But it's just a really tough look for Saquon. And it didn't really feel like he was like sick at all for making this decision. I'll say this, and some people may disagree. I would have been okay if he just said, I'm not looking forward to kind of the direction the Giants are going, where it's more of a rebuild, and I'm probably going to join a different team. If he said that, wouldn't have been as mad. Even if he joined the Philadelphia Eagles, I'd still be mad at him. But I think if he changed his words up and said it in a different manner, rather than, I'm staying here, I want to stay here for life, I want to be a Giant for life, I want to sign here long term, all this stuff, it would be a completely different situation. But I know a lot of people were looking forward to this episode, mainly a Saquon Barkley rant. I'm very pissed off. The fact that he chose the Philadelphia Eagles. I know a lot of Eagles fans, they know me, and they're ecstatic to have him, and he's a good player, man. Saquon is still a really talented player. He finally gets to play against a really, he gets to play with a really, really solid offensive line. So, I mean, it is what it is. He's a Philadelphia Eagle for the next 3 seasons. And Xavier McKinney's a Packer. That's really all I got to say. Thank you guys for tuning in to this pod. Saquon Barkley is a Philadelphia Eagle. And McKinney's gone as well. So the Giants lose two big pieces to their team. Try to revamp that with the Brian Burns trade, trying to build the offensive line, because that was really a main issue with this team. An offensive line that was just putrid. 85 sacks let up last year. It's going to be a main piece that they're going to work on, because Dave Gettleman never did it when he drafted Saquon. He never built him an offensive line, and then gave Shane a beat up roster with bad players. But that's going to do it for this podcast. It's a tough one to swallow, of course, but we have to accept it. And this team is in a rebuild, and we're going to have to get better. That's the bottom line. Draft day is going to be important for us to have a really good draft. But this has been the Inside the Blue Podcast, episode 101. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and like this video, or dislike this video if you think you guys are pissed off with Saquon. The only time I'll accept some dislikes. But anyways, guys, that's gonna do it. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button like I just said. And if you want to drop a comment on your thoughts of this whole Saquon Barkley situation, I'll see you guys in the next one.